Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel UPSC Self Study. So in today's lesson we are going to study about the schemes that come under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. See, new and renewable energy comprises a number of non-conventional energy forms, as you all know, right? Solar, wind, hydro, small hydro, geothermal, etc. But the schemes that have been launched by the government so far has focused only on solar power generation. So in today's video we are going to study about 5 schemes, and those 5 schemes are focused only on solar power generation. The first one is Kusum, then Suryamitra scheme, then Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, then Solar City, and then rooftop solar projects. So let's get into the lesson. The first one is Kusum, Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Udhan Mahabhiyan. This is the expansion of Kusum scheme. Kisan Urja Suraksha. So here we are talking about farmer oriented solar power scheme. And it aims at setting up grid connected solar plants in rural areas and off grid solar pumps. See, when we talk about solar power generation, we say like two components, like two types of power generation are there. One is off-grid power generation and the other is on-grid, that is grid connected. So this scheme aims at setting up both on-grid and off-grid. So on-grid, that is grid connected solar plants will also be set up in rural areas. At the same time, off-grid solar pumps will be set up. See, this off-grid power system is nothing but standalone power system. That is, it will not be connected to any utility grid, that is any major power grid. But this grid connected will be connected to the utility grid. You will understand this as we see. The target under the scheme is to achieve 25,750 megawatt by 2022 to power irrigation pumps. As you all know, one of the major problems faced by farmers in agriculture business is irrigation, right? So this solar pumps or solar induced plants will help farmers in their agricultural production. See, this scheme aims to incentivize farmers to run solar farm water pumps. So this will help in generating extra income for the farmers. How? So under the scheme, the farmers will be equipped to use their barren lands, that is fallow lands, to have those solar power, that is using those barren lands for generating solar power. So that will help them to earn extra income even up to rupees 60,000 per acre per year. And further it aims in solarization of tube wells and lift irrigation projects. So at first we focus only on solar plants and solar pumps. Later we will be moving to solarization of tube wells, that is solar tube wells and lift irrigation. So let's look at the components under the scheme. So it has 3 major components. One is to set up 10,000 megawatt decentralized ground or stilt mounted grid connected solar or any other renewable energy form. Like 10,000 megawatt is separated, divided as decentralized ground or else stilt mounted grid connected. So it will be in the form of solar or any other renewable energy power plants. So it will help in setting up 10,000 megawatt of solar or any other renewable energy, whether it can be decentralized on ground or stilt mounted. So anyway, it is grid connected. The next component is 17.5 lakh standalone solar agricultural pumps will be installed. So standalone solar agricultural pumps meaning off grid. So it will not be connected to any grid. And 10 lakh grid connected solar agricultural pumps will be installed. This is another component. So this is grid connected and this is standalone. So these are the 3 components under the scheme. And the next one is subsidization. 30% subsidy will be given by the state and the central governments each, and remaining 40%, from which the 30% will be provided by the banks, that is in the form of loans, and the remaining 10% will be incurred by the farmers. So the farmers will have to spend only 10%, whereas the remaining will be spent by the state, center, and through the form of bank loans. So the benefits of the scheme include reduction in transmission losses. See, electricity transmission is nothing but transmitting energy, that is electricity, from the generation site, that is electricity generating site, be it any form of power plant. So from that generating site to the consumers, in between we'll have our own like power discoms in India, right? So this transmission will incur certain form of loss of energy also. So this KUSUM scheme, that is generating solar power in the farmlands of farmers, will help in the reduction in these transmission losses. And the next one is supports discoms, that is in the last lesson itself, that is when we saw about the schemes that come under the Ministry of Power, we saw that discoms are under loss, they are not profitable, right? One of the major reasons for this is the agricultural subsidy being provided to the farmers. So this scheme will help these discoms by reducing their agricultural subsidy, right? So this will help improve the financial health of these discoms. And the next one is supporting states in their RPO targets. RPO is nothing but renewable purchase obligation. So renewable purchase obligation, the term itself is self-explanatory, that is by law the states are obligated to buy electricity generated by these renewable sources. So the states will be given certain targets, that is they should buy electricity generated by these renewable sources. So that is known as RPO targets. So this scheme will help the states to achieve their RPO targets set up by the law, that is the center. And the last benefit is promoting energy efficiency and water security to farmers. As you all know, we can ensure energy efficiency, and at the same time we can also provide water for the irrigation purpose to farmers. So that's all about the scheme. The next one is Surya Mitra scheme. It is nothing but a skill development scheme. See, when we want to shift from a conventional source of energy to non-conventional, that is renewable source of energy, we are talking about a new form of energy, right? Shifting to new source of energy. In this case, we are talking about solar power. So while we want to install or increase the use of solar energy, we'll need expert in that, like workers, right? People in that field. So we'll need people for installation, operation, and maintenance service, right? So this scheme aims to develop skills related to solar in youth. So the youths will be trained in these skills. So this scheme is aimed at creating 50,000 trained solar photovoltaic technicians by the year 2020. You can check the ministry's website to see whether this target has been achieved or whether it is continuing, because service is being provided to eligible candidates, that is those who have done ITI or diploma in engineering. It is a 600 hours course program which aims to create new entrepreneurs in solar energy sector. So the major objective of this scheme is to provide employability as well as entrepreneurship to both rural and urban youth, and even includes women. So if you go and visit the ministry's website, you will have details about the regional centers in which this training is being imparted. And this program is 100% being funded by Government of India, and it is being implemented by National Institute for Solar Energy, NISE. So this is all about Surya Mitra scheme. The next one is Jawaharlal Nehru's National Solar Mission. simply put, National Solar Mission. So it is one of the missions under NAPCC, that is National Action Plan on Climate Change. This NAPCC has 8 missions under its purview. One of them is this National Solar Mission. We'll study in detail about NAPCC in like schemes under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So one of the scheme comes under this Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, one of the missions. The target of this mission is to achieve 100,000 megawatt of grid connected solar power by the year 2022. Actually, it was 20,000 megawatt earlier. Now the target has been increased to 100,000 megawatt, of which 40 gigawatt is rooftop and 60 gigawatt through large and medium scale grid connected solar power projects. So both rooftop power projects and also grid connected solar power projects will be focused. And 30% capital subsidy will be given, that is government will provide 30% capital subsidy for installing SPV application, that is this solar photovoltaic system applications like solar lighting or solar power plant, solar pumps. We saw, right, solar pumps for irrigation. So these solar oriented SPV applications will be given 30% capital subsidy, both under the scheme, that is both in urban and rural areas throughout our country. So this is all about National Solar Mission. And the next one is Solar City. It is nothing but a motivating scheme, like a motivating move to encourage the local governments to adopt the use of renewable energy technologies and energy efficiency measures. That is, they will be made aware of this non-conventional sources of energy and they will be made to use these renewable energy technologies. And this Solar City project further aims at reducing the demand for conventional energy at the end of 5 years. That is, it is expected to reduce 10% of the demand for conventional energy. So we'll have to, like we are trying to motivate the people, like local governments from the grassroots level. We are trying to change. We are trying to shift from the conventional form of energy to renewable energy. And the next one is rooftop solar projects. See, rooftop solar projects is nothing but installing these rooftop solar systems on rooftop of houses. Not exactly houses, say roofs of buildings, in which we have two categories, that is commercial or residential. So if the solar panels are being installed on top of commercial buildings, it is commercial solar rooftop project. Whether or if it is being installed on the residential building, say residential complexes, then it is residential solar power project. And the target under the scheme is to achieve 40,000 megawatt by 2022. So that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Happy learning.